Hello everyone, I am getting ready to make Goober pea peanut soup from this Food to Die For cookbook that my husband bought me. This is the second recipe I'm doing in this book. I am not giving you the exact recipe. I'm covering I show you all the ingredients, but I'm covering the amounts because there are lots of peanut soup recipes on the internet, but I couldn't find this exact one. So this might be unique to this book. So if you want this recipe, you're gonna have to buy the book. I'm not sponsored whatsoever. I bought this book. I really enjoy it. It has history that goes with every single recipe. Mimosa, no, she's still young. I'm still training her to stay off the counter. So this is a recipe from this restaurant, the historic Farnsworth House Inn in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. So she did some research and has this really nice history about the farmhouse. It's haunted. And I looked up the restaurant menu because I'm like, what do people serve with peanut soup? And it looked like it was a higher end restaurant because it had prime rib, some kind of fancy chicken dish, pork tenderloin. So I asked my husband, what do you think would go good with the soup? So right now on the grill, he is grilling chicken kebabs, chicken skewers. So that's what we're gonna have to go with the peanut soup. And so the ingredients are 2 stalks of celery, some onion, this is chicken broth. I'm gonna make chicken broth, chicken stock, and peanuts, creamy peanut butter, flour, and milk. So really basic ingredients, but doesn't it look really good? So first step is I'm gonna chop up the celery and saute it with the onions and the butter and get that cooking until the celery is cooked down. And then we're gonna add the flour because it's kind of creating a roux. And then we're gonna add the chicken stock and the rest of the ingredients, except for the peanuts. This is actually just for garnish. I've cooked the celery and the onions for about 8 minutes until they're soft. Now it says to stir in the flour and then the 8 cups of chicken stock. First mix the flour until it coats all this. And then we're gonna stir in the chicken stock. So the directions say after this stage comes to a boil, to pull it off the stove and put it in your blender in batches to blend it. I prefer my hand blender, so I am going to turn the heat off for a second, blend it. Basically, you just want, the only thing in here that needs to be blended is the celery and the onion. You just want a smooth mixture. The final step is to stir in the milk and the peanut butter slowly. So stir in the milk and then stir in the peanut butter slowly, because if you add the peanut butter too quickly, it will not emulsify. I'm not gonna be able to do that on camera, but I'll show you at the end. Here is the peanut soup. And then Robert made chicken skewers with honey coriander sauce and just some mashed potatoes. Usually I say when you're cooking taste tests as you go along. I didn't. I wanted to be completely surprised, so I have no idea what the soup is gonna taste like. But it looks pretty good. Robert, wait, look at your soup.
That's very nice.
I feel like I should have recorded Robert making his coriander honey sauce because it looked quite complicated. But the point of this video was the peanut soup. So let's try the peanut soup. Wow, that's really good.
Oh man, that is really good.
That is really, that's cinnamon. Oh my God.
I think I like it.
I was kind of expecting not to like it, but it looked interesting. It is so good. I can see why people pay high dollar to get this at that haunted inn, because it is actually really good. And yeah, this one was like, I had pretty much all the ingredients except I just needed celery. Cats. And we garnished peanuts at the top. I would make this again. I don't need to make it for a while because it made like a huge pot and it's just the 2 of us. So I plan on freezing what we don't eat and then have it next month in November. But I'm pleasantly surprised. I definitely recommend this recipe. Okay, so the coriander honey sauce is actually the chicken wing sauce recipe that they use at Ohana's at Disney World. That's where he got the idea, because I mentioned a peanut dipping sauce for the chicken to go with the peanut soup, and he chose this instead. So usually it's with chicken wings, but this is just a piece of chicken breast. Oh my God. I want all chicken now like that.
It's good, isn't it? There's more sauce.
I will never eat a plain chicken breast again. I will say, this one required a lot of spices. We happened to have a well-stocked spice rack and had everything he needed, but there was at least 10 different spices. All common spices. Oh my God, that is so good.
It really is.
I think it's turned out better than my peanut soup. I do like the peanut soup though. And it's still nice out, so it's like 76 degrees here right now, so he just grilled outside. So delicious. I made the potatoes too early, they're cold. But everything else is delicious. If I was rating myself as a restaurant, potatoes are cold.